see what I'm saying, be able to be expandable, and your communication and the way you think and be moldable and adaptable to that dream, faith, belief, music, imagination, and delusion and shit like that. Or I mean, you know what I'm saying, to the way that you are want to be seen as that faith, belief, imagination, delusion, be able to have emotional experience through Gemini, and the way you will think, communicating, and adaptable about your environment, immediate environment, and way you can expand on that, expand on your immediate environment and shit like that, would be how you can have an emotion and how you experiencing an emotion within that, you know, ability to initiate and create a status or a business or an entrepreneur endeavor within your dream, faith, belief, imagination, and your spirit's ability and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and with you seeing that in reality with Saturn, you know what I'm saying, you can build that to a point to where, you know what I'm saying, you giving love, value, and appreciation in a healthy way, so that it's not so exalted, but it's not so, you know what I'm saying, it's not that it's not so exalted, because it is, not that it stops it from being exalted, especially as a conjunction, so it boosts it, but it's more of a, you know what I'm saying, disciplinary energy for that love, value, and appreciation that you are being moldable and adaptable to give love to for others' dreams, faith, belief, imagination, delusion, and as well as your own. You see what I'm saying? So you being you have an emotional experience through Gemini and Jupiter, you'll be able to have a moldable and adaptable way to think and communicate about that in your environment and shit. And excuse me, expand that through your environment. And yeah. So you'll be able to expand that through your environment in the way that you think and communicate, and are moldable to the way you think and communicate, and are adaptable to thoughts and, you know, the characters you could jump in and out of and shit like that, that you can be able to just play it in an instant, and you know, play as it in an instant and shit like that. So that's basically like your emotion and what you experiencing for your dream, faith, belief, imagination, and delusion, or whatever that you think that you can create and initiate as far as the entrepreneur endeavor or business within that. You know, 10th house to Gemini, 4th Pisces, 4th house to Pisces, Gemini. How are you able to be adaptable, moldable, and think about that dream, faith, belief, imagination, and delusion, or think about how you can jump into these characters and, you know what I'm saying, play it at a will in an instant, shit like that, in your environment, to be able to express that emotion, you know what I'm saying, that you experiencing and shit like that. So emotion, pretty much is for the emotion of experience, you know what I'm saying, experience, yeah, I'm saying, expression of character. Sorry, excuse me about that. Uranus, and Taurus, trine South Node in Virgo, it will be like ninth house, Taurus. Am I tripping? No, I'm right, yeah. Ninth house Taurus to Virgo. So ninth house Taurus to Virgo, Uranus, our individuality and shit, and uniqueness to be predicated to how we have a value, gift, and talent. You know what I'm saying? And fixate and see that in the long term, how we being able to, you know, individualize that and shit like that, give value or talent, whatever the case may be, that we can touch, taste, feel, and hear and see and fixate and sustain in the our you know, immediate environment and shit like that, to make unique and individual from how we thinking about how we going about a metaphysical travel of, you know, ninth house Virgo, thinking about how we could travel through different not just different, but be moldable and adaptable to the vision of how we can, you know what I'm saying, see others or see the broader, you know, perspective philosophically of how we can broaden that um, value, gift, talent to ability to, have a point from that. You know what I'm saying, that we could reach to um, point out imagination or creative ability that we can adapt to. You know what I'm saying, or like more than really imagination. You know what I'm saying, because but even though yeah, because Uranus is dealing with the imagination and utilizing innovation and creativity and shit like that within your individual value, and or not individual value, within your gift, value, or talent, that you are being able to be moldable, adaptable to others' visions of that. It will be playing out as an expression of character for Virgo. South Node, which you have a work health routine and pattern in, and predicated to feel comfortable, to more comfortable, to safer within doing. So whatever you're doing and shit within your work health routine pattern, and did you feel more comfortable, safe and secure within doing and shit like that, that's gonna be like, how you are moldable and adaptable to have an expression of character within that work health routine pattern. So how you being able to be moldable and adaptable to have a expression of character within that will play out as, fifth house Taurus, how that self-expression from that value, gift, or talent, you see what I'm saying, is wanting to express is through its character in Virgo, how it has a work health routine pattern, and feel safe and secure and complete within that ability to be moldable and adaptable to others, and as well as its work health routine pattern would be why Virgo is able to expand the vision of the ability to be moldable and adaptable to others' visions and broad philosophical views of the ability that they have to fixate individual value to, go about fixate an individual value to have a talent, a gift is like something that's just like, God given and shit like that. But as well as ability to fixate and sustain that sustainable, energetic esteem that you have to that value, that you can reflect from the mirror from the inside out and shit like that, so that you can, let's see, for the long-term vision of your value and gift and talent, and how you have an inner self-esteem to that, it'll play more out as, you know what I'm saying, experience or expression of a character through your work health routine pattern and shit. How you moldable and adaptable to that through expressing your character from how you was able to have a adaptable vision or moldable vision to in a broad philosophical, you know what I'm saying, point that you can come from, where ever another person that you could see them, their value and gift be unique and individual and shit like that. Uranus and Taurus, trine South Node Virgo, see what I'm saying? So Gemini and Jupiter, trine Lilith and Libra, where we are moldable and adaptable when it comes to how we able to think, communicate in our environment, and create that saying, ability to have a ninth house from Libra, Gemini vision, and multiple and adaptable vision, and broad philosophical point of how others can communicate, adapt to their environment and expand their environment and shit like that. It will be in a way of expressing the character of how we relate, you know what I'm saying, Lilith and Libra, to our deep desires, within our first emotional home that we build within our relations and relatability energy to relate to others' ways of going about that and shit like that, and to relate to your relationships in and about that emotion, deep emotion and shit, emotional, Lilith in Libra, and how we express our character uh through Gemini, through Jupiter. I mean, yeah, through Gemini and Jupiter, it's gonna be through our relationships. So, and however far we are be able to express that is through how far we are able to, you know, travel and have metaphysical travel through how we are able to have a moldable and changeable, adaptable vision to others' ways of thinking, communicating, and analyzing, and creating a frequency of creation with their environment, within their environment, and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, metaphysically travel through their environment. So, the expression of character moving from that, you know what I'm saying, Lilith and Libra, ninth house to Aquarius and, you know what I'm saying, Sun, Pluto, Moon, and Mercury, fifth house, that being Libra, being its Aquarius is a metaphysical travel, ability to be moldable and adaptable to others' ways of relating and going about relationships and shit like that, within their desires, deep desires and shit, that they first, you know what I'm saying, attach themselves to and shit like that. It would be you being able to, you see what I'm saying, play out an expression of a character in the way that you going about your actions, viewpoints, transformative ability to take power and control and communicate and analyze that within your with your associations, and how, you know what I'm saying, that's communicated and analyzed to you, and how you're creating a healthy emotional connection and ability to, you know what I'm saying, and build your internal home, have to build your internal home and go on about to go to express externally within your associates in the public arena and shit like that. It's gonna be like you're expressing that, and that's gonna be the character that you're expressing from however far you're able to be moldable and adaptable and changeable to others' visions of how they relate within their relationships and their relatability energy and shit like that. Going from that, pretty much being the expression of character for Aquarius, Jupiter and Gemini, you know what I'm saying, being moldable and adaptable to how you think, communicate, and analyze within your character that you can express, you know what I'm saying, your expression of character in your environment and shit, and with your frequency of creation in your environment is you know what I'm saying, being built upon, which you frequently creating with much your thoughts and characters you could jump in and shit in and out of. It's gonna be however far you can go through expression and being able to be moldable and adaptable into others, as well as your own visions and philosophical point of views and spirituality and ability to, you know what I'm saying, go about being moldable and mutable and changeable and transforming the visions and shit like that of your collective associations, and the way that you can associate, and the way that the public is balanced. I mean, the association is balanced between the public and being seen, you know what I'm saying, and the public and shit. How you're being able to take action, have different viewpoints and angle, and you know what I'm saying, power and transformation, power control, transformation, talk, and ability to think, communicate within your associations and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? And your ability to emotionally create a emotional environment within how you react and respond to your internal home, as well as you know what I'm saying, externally being able to go on the go with that, you know what I'm saying, to have a healthy way to express that emotion that you, you know what I'm saying, that you create and shit, initiate, or, yeah, your creation of emotion that you react and responding from is how you playing that expression of the character, how you playing out that expression of character through, excuse me, or metaphysical travel, through your associations in the public. Is basically going to be how you playing out, that essence of your expression of your character, however far you were able to reach with the moldable and adaptable ability to have a vision and, be adaptable to others and shit, or have a ability to spiritually, you know what I'm saying, travel or metaphysically travel in your associations. It's how you're going to be expressing that character that you're jumping into in Jupiter and Gemini. You being able to think, communicate, and create a frequency of that in your environment. You expressing that through that character. You know what I'm saying? From there, Pisces and North Node, Venus, you know what I'm saying, Neptune and Saturn, you metaphysically ninth house from Cancer, fifth house from Pisces, being metaphysically able to travel from that emotion that internal home and shit, to go out and be able to have a spiritual travel and shit like that within, that dream, faith, belief, and imagination and delusion and creativity, energy that your spirit has to be moldable and adaptable to others as well. Give love, faith, belief, appreciation to that value of that dream, faith, belief, imagination, delusion, and ability to create more and be able to see that in reality more than anything right now, because Saturn is in Pisces here. You're gonna have to be able to be moldable and adaptable to how you can see this in reality, how you can give love, value, and appreciation, how you can be able to add on or, produce more of these dreams, faith, belief, imagination, illusion that your spirit has the ability to, how you can be able to give love, value, yeah, I already said that, yo. Yeah, I mean, go on the spiritual path to this and be able to be moldable and adaptable to others, spiritual path that they have to go on for them to be able to express their dream, faith, belief, imagination, illusion, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It'll be played out as what did you metaphysically having to travel through for your ability to be played out as your internal home, Mars and Cancer, fifth house to Pisces, being seen as an expression of character for you to be, have your internal home come out. You know what I'm saying? And when have your internal home come out and express the character of itself in the passions, motivations that it has to, have a desire within that privacy, home and family and shit like that area that it has, has to initiate and create internal emotions to build an internal home to express externally and shit like that. So for the character of your dream, faith, belief, and imagination and delusion. So to be expressed, it's gonna have to be whatever you're comfortable, safe, and feel comfortable and ability to water and give initiate and create birth and emotion and shit like that in your home, family, privacy, or, what I'm saying, your family about to go or whatever that you know what I'm saying, can connect to your internal home, wherever your internal family is and shit like that, will be how you playing out that dream, you know what I'm saying, the expression of that character. And how passionate and motivated you are about that, going about that, is how you playing out that character. So how you playing out your dream, faith, belief, and imagination, delusion, however far you are to go with that, though, however far you have the ability to be able to go about that, family, home, privacy, an initiative, creating and birthing an emotion energy, it's going to be how you are, how moldable and adaptable you are to others, as well as your own vision when it comes to dreams, faith, belief, imagination, delusion, how you go on the spiritual path of that, see that in reality, give love, faith, and and appreciation, or give love, appreciation, and value to that is you, as well as others, not as as well as yourself and others, and be able to have the ability to create and add on to more of that. Your spirit's ability to create and add on more of that shit. So that being it played out as your expression of character through, what I'm saying, that trine in Cancer and Mars. So you having to be having a healthy emotional internal home to be able to express that character of that dream. That's basically what this adds up to in this trine. Even though it's falling here, it can be a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it for the expression of character, the expansion or the embodiment of what we are expanding and shit like that. These concunctions or whatever these, what I'm saying, so may call it be mistakes or, you see what I'm saying, missing the points and shit like that can be more, what I'm saying, is seen as Aries, what you personally interested in and shit like that, and have a value in within how you healing, you know what I'm saying, and have a growth ability within what you have a personal interest and value in is being seen as, you know what I'm saying, eighth house, which you mentally rebirthing and having to mentally rebirth, from Virgo South Node, being having that quincunx there, sixth house to have a whatever you have a work health routine in is gonna depend on the ability however far you are able to mentally rebirth, you know what I'm saying, in that essence of your healing and growth ability in your personal interests, and how you are able to embody that expansion is going to be through Virgo, your work health routines and patterns, with whatever you feel comfortable within, safe and secure within, and being moldable and adaptable to others' ways that they feel comfortable, safe, and secure within their work health routine patterns. It's going to be showing you that whatever you are mentally rebirthing is going to have to be, see what I'm saying, equally yoked as whatever you mentally rebirthing is going to be in your personal interest, in your value, in your affairs, whatever you have an affair and a value in and shit like that nature, and have a, you know what I'm saying, ability to heal and grow through that pain and suffering. It's going to be shown as how far you're able to be adaptable to others as well as your own work health routine patterns and feel comfortable, safe and secure within that and shit like that. It's going to be how far you're able to play out you being able to mentally rebirth. You see what I'm saying? Your personal interest to a healing and growth state, to you be able to you know what I'm saying, not just fall from your mistakes and not learn from them, but come back and, pick yourself up again. Pick yourself up and try again. You feel me? So at first you might not succeed, but look, that's what Aries, you personally interested in, you know what I'm saying, and what you sparking in your imagination creation, you know what I'm saying, and what you birthing, you have to heal that, you know what I'm saying? You have to fulfill that to a way that you can go from whatever, you know what I'm saying, path of from where you came to, excuse me, be interested into that personal interest and be amongst them affairs and shit like that, whatever the case and the nature that you hopping into that may be. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna determine how you mentally rebirthing that eighth house to Virgo, you know what I'm saying, from what you have work health routine and a pattern in, feel safe and comfortable within. Sixth house to Aries, you know what I'm saying, and what you put in work and health, what you have a health routine and a work pattern in, that's gonna play out is your expansion and your embodiment and your expansion, and how far you are in that mental rebirth. You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa. Mentally, how far you are mentally rebirthing, it depends on how you're going about how expansive and you're embodying how you're going about your embodiment and how expansive you are with that work health routine pattern that you're embodying. You see what I'm saying? So from there, Taurus and Uranus, quincunx, or an expression of being in a expansion and embodiment of expansion, you know what I'm saying, in Lilith and Libra, what you individually value and what you know what I'm saying, innovating in your gift talents and shit like that is what you have in the mentally rebirth, 8th house Libra, you know what I'm saying, Taurus, Uranus, to however far you're being able to mentally rebirth that individual value, gift, and talent, you know what I'm saying, that you fixate and sustaining for the long stability, you know what I'm saying, that you see for the long period of growth and that you see sustainable for your gift, value, and talent. It's being played out is 8th house, which you, however far you're able to mentally rebirth that, however far you're able to have a transformation and, you know, a power and control transformation, you feel me, within that shit, rebirthing mental, emotional, you know what I'm saying, sexual, you know what I'm saying, deep, you know what I'm saying, desire that you have within that, you know, it will play out as your gift, value, and talent being something that's, you know, this might seem opposing to that, how you're transforming that, but it's all in, you know, relatability and how you're able to relate that gift, value, and talent. That's however far you're able to mentally, you know, go about that rebirth is however you're able to relate to others' gift, value, and talent and shit like that, as well as, you know what I'm saying, have a healthy self-esteem and mirror that when it on your own and shit like that. That mental rebirth from that will play out as 6th house lives in Libra, which you are having a relatability energy or relating in your relationships to and your deep desires and that you first emotionally connected to and deep emotions that you first, you know what I'm saying, had in your relationships and shit like that. Work health and routine patterns. You see what I'm saying? 6th house Taurus. I mean, yeah. 6th house Lilith and Libra from Taurus. So however far you're able to go about that is going to depend on, you know, play out that work health routine pattern within that relationship is going to be dependent on how you did, you know what I'm saying, and how you are transforming your mental rebirth / emotional rebirth, you know. So going on from there, Virgo and South Node being 8th house to Aquarius, you see what I'm saying, 6th house to Virgo, but you mentally rebirthing and having a expansion. Oh yeah, and then, you know, Libra was Taurus's embodiment of expansion and shit like that. So Aquarius would be Virgo's embodiment of expansion / Virgo would be Aquarius's mental rebirth for the simple fact and ability that you're comfortable, safe, secure within your work health routine patterns, the ability to mentally rebirth that and shit, and, you know, being moldable and adaptable to others' health routine patterns, and being able to fixate and sustain a mentality, or, you know, fixating that deep emotion and being able to transform that fixated deep emotion that you have within that. It's going to be what you're able to see as however far you're able to come in your work health routine patterns, 6th house Aquarius, how far you're be able to expand that embodiment of work health and routine patterns within your associates in the public, how you taking action and seeing the power and transformation, the power and control transformation play out within how you communicating and talking within your associations and You know what I'm saying? Having that balance of what you want to be seen as in your associations versus the public, and what your associations want to be seen as in the public and shit like that. So you being able to play out that work health routine pattern, and you what you communicating, taking power and control and transforming and actions, and having different viewpoints, and being able to be, you know, have a healthy emotional connection to when you balance that internal home, versus when you go externally and present that shit of that nature. So that's pretty much the embodiment of expansion for Virgo South Node. You know what I'm saying? Um, what you associating with in your associations, you know what I'm saying? However far you're able to go with that, it depends on, you know, how far you're mentally rebirthing your work health routine patterns, and however far you're going about your associations. You know what I'm saying? However, you know, far you're going about your associates in the public and shit like that, taking action, thinking, communicating, and transforming, and creating a healthy emotional connection as far as externally as well. With that, it's going to be seen as, you know, what's going to be the however far you're able to go with your mental rebirth and your, you know, work health routine patterns that you feel safe and comfortable and secure within, shit like that. So Lilith and Libra with 8th house to Pisces would be 6th house to Libra, being the mental rebirth for Pisces. What you in your health and your relationships, that you have a healthy balance between how you're sharing and relating that first emotional desire, deep desire within the emotions and shit like that. So to your ability to expand and have a mental rebirth and shit like that, which expands, goes hand in hand in this equation for these quincunxes, is what I came up with a conclusion of. You know, the expansion, more than misinterpretation or missing the point, you're gonna have to go about this way. So you being able to go about your faith, belief, and imagination in a way of having a work health routine pattern and shit within how you giving love, value, and appreciation, seeing that building into reality, having the ability to have your spirits, you know what I'm saying, create, or actually initiating, creating, by having that ability that your spirit has to have faith, belief, and imagination, delusion, you know what I'm saying, a dream, faith, and belief, you know what I'm saying, imagination, delusion, to be able to be played out in reality as well, and be going on a spiritual path of, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, put in work and seeing, you know what I'm saying, or going on a spiritual path of you seeing it come into your destiny, and what your destiny is going to be having to be consumed of what you more predicated to have to embody as far as your expansion for Lilith and Libra, you know, your deep emotional relationships, and what you're relating in, your relatability energy to these relationships and shit like that, that you more so often might have a desire to go towards this type of way of going about it, or this emotion, pick towards this emotion once you hop into a certain relationship, or once you jump into a certain, you know, relation and shit like that, you got a predication towards, and what your deep desire and first reaction and response when it comes to that desire that you build within your relationships and shit like that. So that's pretty much how you going about that mental rebirth for that embodiment of expansion in your dreams, faith, belief, imagination, and delusion. However far that's going to take you, however far you're able to go with that, is good. It's going to depend on how far you're able to mentally rebirth and have a transformation within that deep emotion. You know what I'm saying? 8th house Lilith and Libra to Pisces. In your relationships and the way you relate, and your relatability energy playing out is 6th house Pisces to Libra. You have an ability to have a work health routine pattern and shit. And that's however far um, Lilith will determine how far you go in that. Is however far you having a work health routine, being moldable and adaptable to others, work health routine patterns and shit like that within faith, belief, imagination, and delusion in your dreams and shit like that, and how you bring that into reality, seeing others, giving love, appreciation, and value to others, as well as you being moldable and adaptable to you being able to have your spirit's ability to go on that spiritual path and that destiny of your you know, faith, belief, imagination, and delusion, shit like that. So that's the way you expanding that embodiment of your relatability, energy, in your relationships. So going on from there, the expansion and embodiment of expansion would be Aquarius, Sun, conjunct Moon, Pluto, and Mercury. So what we communicate and analyzing, and you know what I'm saying, being moldable and adaptable to as far as our thinking, communicating, and what we amongst our associations about taking action and shit in that transformation and that power and control energy that we want to have a reaction or response to, as far as what we create and emotionally have a connection to as well. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be we're going to have to mentally rebirth and transform that deep desire and that motherfucking passion, motivation, or that, motive and that sexual energy or urge that we have to be able to have a work health and expand our embodiment and have a work health routine pattern in what we have in our internal home, Cancer and Mars, what we internally build in our internal home, in our family home and privacy and shit like that, and to be able to whatever our faith, or not our faith, but whatever our passion and motivation is and desires is in our home, family, and privacy and shit like that, is going to be played out as the expansion of how we're embodying and the embodiment of how we're expanding Aquarius, 8th house to Cancer. What is we deeply emotionally, sexually, connected with, and have urges or tendencies to be needing to be have a mental rebirth, or a constant exchange of what I'm saying, of self-esteem when it comes to what we see in taking actions, what we see in others, as well as ourselves, take actions and have different viewpoints, think, communicate, analyze, have power and transformation, control issues, or may, have healthy ways, have healthy ways of going about it, of course, shit. But it's just like we can point out the issues if the case may be, you know what I'm saying, but have healthy ways of going about the emotional connection and, you know what I'm saying, as well. Moon being Aquarius, emotional connection right now, you know what I'm saying, being the power of influence, of what we healthily are creating as far as in our internal home to express externally. So that being the mental rebirth that we're going to have to be going through and be fixating and sustaining a transformation in that, as far as when it comes to how we have a deep desire, or whatever our deep desires and passions and motivations is within the associations and our associations and within our associations and this associates that we have, and how that's balanced within the public. It's going to be seen, how our associations want to be seen in the public, how we balance that as well. It's going to be however far we're going to be able to go with how we're expanding our embodiment within, that's how you're going to be expanding your embodiment within that transformation, that mental rebirth. Cancer, and your home and your family and privacy, how you're going to be having a work health routine is that expansion, that embodiment expansion for this aspect and shit like that. So yeah, passionately, since Mars is there. So basically that's pretty much the moon balance of power though would be basically same Aries and Chiron oppose Lilith and Libra. This 7th house relatable aspect, or you know what I'm saying, seventh house balance of power aspect, and what we're relating to our power from these, you know, energies and shit. Chiron and Aries, it would be our personal interests and what we going on a healing and growth from our, you know what I'm saying, ability to transform that pain and suffering from our individual interest and personal interest. How we're being able to be relatable and adaptable. I mean, you know, initiate and create relatability in relationships in our way that we can relate with that is how it's going to be being played out through our Lilith and Libra, our relationships and our relations, in the way that we are different ways we can initiate and create relatability within our emotion, deep emotions when it comes to our first connection in our relationships and shit like that. It's gonna be playing out is our relatability energy and our how in our relationships, how in, you know what I'm saying, that we're creating and initiating in our relationships a ability to, you know, feel, you know what I'm saying, that we can share others, you know what I'm saying, desires, or, you know, relate, not just share, but be able to be relatable in your relationships, in your the ways that your first desires and emotions that you built up around your relationships was acquainted with, and how you came about that, or what you have a predication or more of a ability to peek towards that emotion and that jump into that emotional world and realm and reality and shit of that nature. So